ففروا إلى الله إني لكم منه نذير مبين.
نعم، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear viewers, today I seek Allah's protection, His guidance, and His benediction. We also seek benediction of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, and all Muslims until the day of Qiyamah. We are in the special month of Ramadan, in which we are getting closer to the end of 1445 Ramadan. We pray that as we've been going on, we've been actualizing all the goals we achieved. Now, one of the essence of Ramadan is that we should attain piety. We should be able to instill in ourselves the piety. And this instilling piety is not something you do today and you leave tomorrow. Now, the piety we are talking about, how do you want to achieve it? What are the indicators that will show that truly you've gone through Ramadan and Ramadan has gone through you? That is why we are here today. We are talking of one of the indicators that will show that truly we've gone through the month of Ramadan, we've gone through the school of Ramadan, and we've come out a better person. Today, I would like to discuss with you about achieving good character. Now, what do we mean by good character? In English term, good character could be positive to some people or negative to some people. We always say it is good, but it is a relative term. Some people, what is good to them might not be good to some other people. For example, in Korean tradition, slopping, eating and making noise with the mouth is accepted as a normal thing. Also in some Asian countries, they belch, and it is accepted as a norm. But in Africa or in Nigeria to be particular, slopping or belching is an abnormal, it is not encouraged while eating. But for us as Muslims, what makes this behavior good or not? So that is why we are here today, to discuss according to Islam, what is a good character? How do you want to instill this character in ourselves? And what are the consequences of not having a good character? That is what we are here to discuss today. Now, I want to start with explaining the word good character, because it is the word we always see everywhere. Even in our examinations for secondary school students and below, they always write it in their report card, good character, good character. But what do we mean by a character? A character is a feature that is characteristics of a person that makes a person distinct from other people. So when we are talking about having a character, it could be either be positive or negative. That is why we are extraying good character. What do we mean by good character? This is what we want to explain today. Now, I'll bring about examples, for example, in the Quran, talking about good character. Good character. The first one is, if you go to Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 35, Allah mentioned the characteristics expected of a Muslim, both male and female, that is expected, that shows that this person has a good character. And we start with having acceptance in Islam. For you to accept Islam, that means that you've seen truth and you've accepted truth. That is a character that is expected of a Muslim. Believing in Allah. That's the second one. Once you believe in Allah, there's a difference between you accepting Islam and believing in Islam. Some people will just say, okay, I've accepted Islam. My mother is a Muslim, so I'm also a Muslim. But in case, when you now move further and you say you believe in Islam, that means that you believe in Allah. You've gone to a higher level. So that is the second stage, that you must also believe in Allah. That is the second thing expected of us. Apart from that, the third one is what? You must be an obedient servant of Allah. Obedience is also a very key characteristic that is expected of a Muslim. You must be able to obey Allah. You must be able to obey the Prophet and obey authorities over you. Likewise, you must obey your elders in Islam. So this is also another characteristic that is expected. Another one is truthfulness. A Muslim is someone that is always truthful. A common and death of the prophet says, say the truth, even if it is bitter. We always say that a lot. So one of the characteristics that we accept to be of good examples is truthfulness. Another one is patience. Islam is a religion that is not only about prosperity. A lot of things happen in the life of a Muslimah or Muslims generally, and it is expected that you must be patient. It is when you are patient that you'll be able to reap the reward therein. Some things Allah will want to use it to test you. There are some things that Allah will do that you'll be wondering that, oh, why me? Why me? What happened? But if you are patient, Allah will reward you. Inamali also yusro. After every hardship comes ease. So the Quran says. Another one is humility. That is another characteristic that is expected of a Muslim. You must be humble.
ومن يقنت منكن لله ورسوله وتعمل صالحا نؤتها أجرها مرتين وأعتدنا لها رزقا كريما.
A Muslim, no matter what you have, no matter who you are, you must be humble to Allah. You must surrender yourself that truly I am a servant of Allah. Whatever I do, I am a servant of Allah. Allah created me and He can take my soul anytime. Likewise, among other Muslims, you must show humility. No matter who you are, when you are with your fellow Muslims, you must be soft with them. Another one is what? You must be charitable. Some people will say, okay, yes, I have money, I have a lot of things. Why can't other people work? No matter what Allah has given you, it is incumbent on you to give part of what Allah has given you. Likewise is what? A Muslimah is someone that what? Is fasting. That is another characteristic that it is good expected of a Muslimah. You must fast both the compulsory one, which is in Ramadan, and outside Ramadan. Likewise is that what? You must what? Guide your private parts. That's one another characteristic that is expected of a Muslim. You must guide your private parts. The Prophet ﷺ has said it. Guide two things for me and I will assure you al-Jannah. The two things between your lips and the two things between your thighs. Both two things must be guarded against frivolities. Then the last one is the Zakirun wa Zakirat. That is someone that remembers Allah all the time. All the time. In your actions, it must show that you remember Allah. You know that Allah is with you. In your behavior, it must show that you remember Allah. In your words, it must show. In your disposition to others, it must show. So all these things are characteristics to show that someone is a Muslim. Now, let's talk about the virtues of having good character. The first one is that what? You are very close to Allah. You are very dear to Allah. Because faith and character, good character, they go hand in hand. They are twins. If you have faith in Allah, definitely you have good character. So if you see anybody that doesn't have a good character, there is high probability that that person has a very low faith. So once somebody has a good faith, automatically the person will have a good character, because it is not something that you cannot fake it. It's either you have it or you don't have it. So the first one is that what? You have very high level of Iman all the time. So that's one of the virtues of having a good character. The second one is that it is a gift from Allah. Everybody can do as they wish. But it is if Allah has chosen you to be among His special servants that you have a very good character. So virtues of good character also is that what? You have a very good, it's one of the gifts from Allah. Another one is that what? You have perfect faith, like I explained before. Once we are all Muslims and you see a lot of people around and there's nothing to show that, okay, this person is a better Muslim than another person. There's no way it is written that, oh, this person has a high level of Iman, this person has a low level of Iman. But what will make you know that somebody has a high level of Iman is the person's good character. So that is another one we need to stress here. Then also we need to let us realize that one of the virtues of having a good character is that it elevates your rank. You move to the level of the prophets because of your good character. So those are one of the things we need to stress here. Then going further, we need to discuss the consequences of having bad character. Like I said, the first thing you need to understand is this: faith and character go hand in hand. So once somebody has a poor faith, definitely the person has poor Iman. Once the person has poor Iman, the person has a bad character. So that person is weakened. And definitely Once you don't have faith in Allah, you do as you wish. So that is one. Number two is that the person's ibadah is not sustainable. If you're having bad character, your deeds will not, because you do as you wish. Today you are good, tomorrow you are not good. So that is also very, very important. Another one is that what? You've become very poor in everything you do. You are lost. So those are the consequences of having bad character. You are like a lost shepherd. You do as you wish. You are not sure of yourself. There's no inner satisfaction. All these things lead to when you don't have good character, it influences us. Now, lastly, I would like to talk about how to achieve good character. The first one is going back to Allah. Going back to Allah, knowing more about Allah, instilling faith in ourselves. That is very, very, very important. The second one is self-reformation. Self-reformation is also very, very key. Once you reform yourself, it aids you a lot in whatever you are doing. Also is what? You obey, you be with the righteous people. When you have the righteous people, they will influence you. Some of us, we do as we wish. We are not so good. We talk as we like. But assuming you are in the midst of people, let's just take an example. You are in the mosque. There's a limit to the frivolities you can do. There's a limit to the atrocities you can do because you're in the masjid and you are with Muslims. So if you know that you still have problem with yourself, it is better you stay in the mosque. So all these things will aid you to achieve good character. Another one is that make sure you connect with Allah, reading the Quran, pray your tahajjud, go for lectures, try to be with the Muslims. All these things will go a long way in assisting us to have it. And once you have good character, definitely you are going to be able to have self-control, chastity, justice, and courage. Once you can instill all those things in you, those are also other examples, you'll be able to have a good character. Aqulu qawli hadha wa astaghfirullaha lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله والبعث بعد الموت لا إله إلا الله آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم